Hello everyone, this is Midlife Music Teacher and I'm Mrs. G. And on Wednesday, I turn 50. So I thought I would just do a little bit of a vlog this week. There are some things happening this week that I think will be interesting to vlog about. So let's take this week from the top. This week starts off with me playing organ and guitar at church this morning because my parents are away for the long weekend. So I normally play the guitar, but I don't normally play the organ. So I am filling in for my mother as she and my father are away. So I am here at church. And there's no one else here right now. And I just don't feel like going in there by myself. So I'm just gonna chill out here in my car for a few minutes and wait for someone else to come before I go in. So normally I hang out after church on Sundays, but I didn't hang out today because I took out my Halloween decorations yesterday and I did not finish putting them up. So my basement is kind of a mess right now. So I decided to come home. As is my routine, I stopped at the gas station on the way home from church, which I do every Sunday. I pull up to a pump, put my card through, go to pump the gas, and it's making this tick, 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 tick noise, and the gas is going in 1 cent at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4. It got up to 12 cents, and I said, this is ridiculous. I'm going to be here all day. So I just stopped the transaction. I went to pull up to another pump, and this couple that was at the pump next to me said, all the pumps were doing it. All the pumps are doing it. So I said, well, okay then. So I left the gas station with only giving myself 12 cents worth of gas. Oh well, I guess the typical routines have been broken today. It's time to go into my house, finish putting up the Halloween decorations, and I gotta do something about these little gray hairs as well. It is Monday, Columbus Day, and here I am reporting to my doctor's office for my yearly physical. Yes, on a day off. No, I did not know that this was Columbus Day when I made this appointment back 3 months ago when I had to reschedule my initial appointment due to my doctor being on vacation. It's a bit of a stormy day. It is a 26-mile ride to get here, and I have made it. Last year, my issue at my doctor's was my blood pressure was a bit high. And after subsequent visits and taking my blood pressure at home, it was determined that I have a case of white coat syndrome. So we're going to find out what my blood pressure is when I go in there now. Also, I am fully prepared to hear everything that the doctor has to say regarding women my age and what that means for your physical health. Okay, so that wasn't so bad at all. And other than, like I knew was going to happen, I had an elevated blood pressure. So I will be returning in 6 months for another blood pressure check. Other than that, I am a perfectly healthy, normal 50-year-old woman. Of course, I did get a slip to have blood work done, as I normally do anyway. So if there's any concerns, once I get the blood work done, she will give me a call. Other than that, I'm good to go. It's time to go home. I'm leaving my house a little bit early this Tuesday morning because there is a Hometown Heroes planning committee meeting at 7:45. I probably will get there on time, maybe a little bit late. Last year we did this Hometown Heroes ceremony for veterans and first responders, and it went really well. It was a simple kind of thing, and I volunteered to help last year, so I thought, what's really a big change from last year to this year? Not too much. This should be a quick meeting, so off I go. I am home now. It is Tuesday afternoon, and I got to my meeting a little bit late, but I got to it. That will be a very nice ceremony on November 7th. We're going to do it on a Friday. I ran around during my prep because today was the first time I taught a lot of those lessons, and so I had to get all those materials and instruments and everything out for those lessons during my shortened half prep in the morning. And then the prep I had this afternoon, my shortened half a prep in the afternoon, I used to start getting ready for my free choice music classes, which I have tomorrow. My next video, I will kind of talk about free choice music class and how that all works. I have had a headache for most of the day, and I don't know if it has to do with the weather. The sun hasn't been out for at least 3 days, so I'm kind of exhausted. Well, today is Wednesday, and this is 50. Not only is today my birthday, but at school today, many of my classes have earned a free choice music class, and this is part of my classroom management. I will probably make a video detailing more on how I use free choice music classes with my students and how that is part of my classroom management that I use. So I have to go in there and make sure that everything is finished being set up for free choice music class. I'll try to maybe document a little bit of that today. Not only is it free choice music class and my birthday, it's also Pink Out Day today for breast cancer awareness. And so I am donning all my pink gear today. Hopefully today should be fun and stress-free. On my desk this morning were some extra school supplies, as well as a birthday card and chocolate bar from my administrators. I had some classes earn free choice music class for next week. So what I do is I use my hot glue gun and I glue a star to their class clip to show that they've earned a free choice music class and that they will start working on earning another free choice music class. Each class that they earn, they get a star on their clip. I have had these drums in my closet since I got the job full-time here at this elementary school. And I have just really just left them on the shelf and not used them. So I decided that I would stop hiding them and let the students use them during free choice music class. However, the big tom-tom drum, the head had kind of fallen off and needed to be readjusted. So I don't know what possessed me this morning to go ahead and remove the entire head of the drum, reset it, and then put all these things back on. This took me about 45 minutes to do. I did fix it in time for the students to use them, and with some strict parameters, they got to use all 3 tom-toms, small, medium, and large, and they really had fun playing with them during free choice music class. During lunch, our specials team likes to celebrate each other's birthday, and so the specials team got me this brownie cake for my birthday. Later that night, I celebrated my birthday with my family. So today is Thursday, and a couple of things. First of all, I got some wireless microphones for my birthday yesterday from my family. So hopefully we can hear an audio quality difference for the rest of this video. So I'm excited to use these. Also, I'm just kind of sitting in my car right now, sipping my coffee, using my little koozie. I made a bunch of these over the summer and I gave them to my friends when we came back from school vacation. One of my little hobbies, crocheting. So today is going to be a different kind of day. Today is something called a community of practice day. And so a few years ago in our district, if you were a new teacher to the district, you would do a community of practice day where you would visit the other schools in the district and you would watch different teachers teach. I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but they started to open up the community of practice day to veteran teachers, teachers who have been here a while. And last year, a few of my colleagues participated and they raved about it. They loved it. They told me all kinds of things that they got to see and hear. And so when they offered the community of practice day for people this year, I jumped on the chance to participate. So today, I'm going to go in there. I'm going to just touch base with my substitute who's teaching my classes today. And then I'm going to spend the day in the elementary school, the middle school, and the high school watching different people teach today. And I hope that this is as wonderful as the other people said it was going to be. I'm sure I'll get a lot out of it. No matter what, it's kind of a different kind of day. So I'm excited and I'm just going to finish my coffee and head on in. So that was us observing 2 elementary lessons, and I'll talk more about what we observed later. Now we're headed to my former stomping ground. We're headed to the middle school to do some observing and debriefing there. Off we go to the next set of observations. The community day of practice has come to an end. I just stopped at Dunkin' Donuts. I put my little koozie on my iced coffee. And I thought I would just reflect for a few minutes before going home. So after the elementary school, we went to the middle school, and it was so nice to head over to my old stomping grounds. Not only was it nice to actually be with a couple of people that I used to work with at the middle school during the community of practice and kind of catching up with them, but going to the middle school and, you know, I spent 11 years of my career teaching at that building. And so seeing some of my former colleagues teach and getting to see them teach was refreshing. And then also getting to see some as I passed in the hallway. There was this one instructional assistant that still works at the middle school who used to love to come to my chorus class. And she was just such a treat to have in my room with me. And so I got to see her. I gave her a big hug. She is somebody that I do miss. And so that was nice. And then even leaving the middle school to get in my car and drive to the high school, the large group of 5th graders were headed out to have recess. And them just kind of calling my name, Mrs. G, calling my name, and just me getting to wave to them and, hey guys, how's it going? And seeing them and seeing other kids who I had at the elementary schools. And that was, sometimes that's just kind of a nice thing. So then we headed over to the high school after we were done at the middle school. And the first class we saw at the high school was the women's chorus class. So during this women's chorus class, a lot of the kids that were in there, I taught them at the old elementary school that has since closed. And they didn't have chorus those last few years I was there. So just getting to sit in that class, and I didn't just sit in there and take notes. I sat next to some of the students and I participated. I did the warm-ups. I sang the pieces with them. I was involved in the class. It was nice to be able to sing a song that wasn't just sol, la, so, mi. Sometimes it is nice just to participate in something that's a different level than what you're used to. As a music teacher, you are a trained musician. I'm a trained musician. And does my musician training always come into play when you are an elementary music teacher? No, it doesn't. So that is actually kind of a topic I want to do in another video, but it was refreshing to sing beautiful harmonies and to think about how to sing with good intonation and how vowel shapes and the shapes of your mouth, how that can affect the intonation, and then singing with expression, which, by the way, you do luck out when you teach elementary music. It's not hard to get elementary kids to sing with expression, whereas as they get older, it's a little more difficult. So that is a positive for elementary level. Then we had a break, and I had some really nice conversations during lunchtime with some of my colleagues, even the ones that I work with in my building that I don't get to see and talk to on a regular basis. Then we saw a history class, a high school history class, and we saw some whole group and small group instruction, which is really kind of neat. We had a debriefing, and one of the things that we kind of talked about was about how all these teachers manage their time, and how elementary classroom teachers have to manage their time one way because they have to teach all the different kind of standards for all the subjects, and how they use their time to overlap to get to all of them in that way. And how secondary teachers are teaching a content. They're teaching content, and they're teaching the standards for that content, and how they have to manage their time. They only get a 45-minute block that they have to get through the material in those 45 minutes. And so I did bring up the fact that there's not many people who have a situation like mine, where I have to teach all my content once a week for 45 minutes. It's not just getting a 45-minute class. It's only seeing them once a week. And so how that time management piece is so crucial to the very few of us that do what we do. We are elementary teachers, but we're teaching content. We don't get just a 45-minute period every single day. We get 45 minutes once a week. Yes, for several years in a row, but still that uniqueness of our job, and just being able to express that to the assistant superintendent, who I don't normally get to see and I don't normally get to talk to, and just kind of making your presence known like that. And overall, today was a super positive experience. It was a nice change of pace, and tomorrow is Friday. Today is Friday. It is the last day of this week. And even though it was a short week, it's kind of felt long, and probably because of the variety of the things that happened this week. Another thing that happened this week is I got booed. And so this was just like a little thing that they're doing in October. If someone boos you, you might find a little treat in your mailbox, and then you boo someone back. So this means I have to boo someone back, which is fine. I've participated in this before, but so I'm gonna open this up. Whoa! That didn't go as expected. Oh, look at this. I've got these little music sticky notepads. Oh, how cute. It's a little happy Halloween bracelet. It's got a little witch hat on it. Little witch hat. I think I'm gonna wear that. Just wear that. Oh, I got some candy. I've got a chapstick. I feel like something flew on the floor, but cute. A little boo bag. There's various candies and things in there as well. So that was fun to find that in my box. Today I have my regular schedule. I have a 4th grade class, I have a 3rd grade class, a 1st grade class, and then I finished the day with 3 kindergarten classes in a row. We're doing some fun songs, and these classes today should be earning their free choice music class for next Friday. Yeah, so there was a sub in my room all day yesterday. She's a really great sub. She's subbed for me before. So my room should be fine, but I still have to get in there and get set up for the day. I'd like to finalize my plans for next week. That way I won't have any of that to do over the weekend. So here's to Friday. I am home now. It is Friday afternoon, and I did record a little reflection while I was in my car this afternoon, but the lighting was just super bad, and it was hard to see properly. And so I decided to film this being at home. I have worked with these little microphones for the past 2 days, and so I think I finally kind of figured out how to use the microphone. So this is going to be super fun moving forward as I make new videos, explore some new topics. So yeah, this has been my birthday week. I finished the week with teaching 3 kindergarten music classes, and those wipe me out. I'm not gonna lie. Friday afternoons wipe me out. They're pretty big kindergarten classes, and just like one after the next after the next. And we've reached the point in the school year where they are very, very comfortable now. And yet they still don't quite get how the routine works. They still don't quite get that they have to take turns when talking. They talk over each other. They don't necessarily sit in their chairs correctly. They're just little bundles of energy and Friday afternoons and all of that good stuff. And so that just kind of wipes me out. So I'm looking forward to not having to set alarm for tomorrow morning, to kind of sleep in and relax, hopefully a little bit this weekend. And so yeah, this is it. This is 50. Thank you so much for joining me this week on my birthday week. A week that was full of various things going on this week. It was kind of a busy one, and therefore this week felt quite long. I'm not so sure. I feel like sometimes that these vlog style videos do a little bit better than my music education or education topic videos. So over the next few months to round up 2025, I think I'm just gonna do some different kinds of content, and we'll see where it goes from there. We'll see what I decide to do with this channel in 2026. So this is 50. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Like I said, not sure exactly where I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna reflect on this a bit. I've got a few more months of 2025. I still have a few goals that I have not finished yet. So I'm gonna be working towards those goals that I set for myself in January that I have not completed yet. So those are gonna be topics for a few upcoming videos. Again, thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.